This weekend, veterans from all across north central West Virginia traveled to Washington, D.C. to see monuments and memorials built in their honor. 12 News' Joe Lint recaps a weekend our local heroes will never forget.
At 6 a.m., veterans gather at the Clarksburg VFW for the North Central West Virginia Honor Flight. These veterans prepare to embark on their great crusade throughout Washington, D.C. The purpose of the Honor Flight is to transport veterans to see the monuments and memorials built in their honor without any cost to the veteran. Many of these veterans are excited to go on a once-in-a-lifetime trip and hope to get to share experiences with others.
Yes, very excited. Been looking forward for quite a while because every one of us served, every one of us gave something, and hopefully every one of us brought something back that we could give to others.
This trip welcomes 21 veterans, 1 Korean War veteran, and the majority from the Vietnam War era. Most of these veterans have never had the chance to visit Washington, D.C. and have not seen the memorials, making it a source of pride to experience it alongside fellow veterans.
Being with other veterans and experiencing the whole thing with other veterans, it's always exciting for me to go to D.C.
Excited to go and see the monuments and stuff like that, you know, and be with the other veterans because we're, you know, doesn't make any difference what branch we was in or anything like that. We're all brothers.
Normally the Honor Flight travels by plane, however, they traveled by bus, as this option is more cost-effective and allows veterans to connect with other veteran organizations, fostering friendships at a more relaxed pace. Volunteers meet year-round every Tuesday at the Clarksburg VFW to organize and prepare for the Honor Flight trip. Organizers say it's so worth it to give back to these heroes.
It's just rewarding because for the veterans, it is something that they deserve, something that we need to give back to them so that they can see their monuments and memorials. Our heroes deserve to go if they are able.
Tune in to 12 News tomorrow night as we continue our coverage of the North Central West Virginia Honor Flight trip. With 12 News, I'm Joe Lint.
Tonight, we continue our look back at this past weekend's Honor Flight, an annual program that sends our local veterans to Washington, D.C. to visit memorials and monuments in their honor. 12 News' Joe Lint has more on a weekend these heroes will never forget. As we proceed with our coverage of the North Central West Virginia Honor Flight, our first stop is the Military Women's Memorial. During the visit, 5 veterans were recognized and honored with their names being etched in the National Women's Registry. Following this, the Honor Flight paid their respects to the Arlington National Cemetery and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, where we witnessed the changing of the guard ceremony.
I got teary-eyed on that too. To take 21 steps in 21 seconds and all that stuff they do and the routines they do and the discipline they got, it's better than what shows on TV.
Throughout the visit, you encounter over 400,000 reminders that freedom isn't free and see the true cost for the price of freedom.
My prayer was, I hope the kids can see the significance of this event of people have died for the freedoms we have. And I'm hoping they grasp that because freedom, it can slip away before you know it.
While at the memorials, several middle school and high school students approached the veterans to thank them for their service.
I'm truly blessed that they honored me for, it's out of respect for my service to the country. And it's awesome.
The fact that they wanted to talk to a veteran, they were high school kids, that's great on my side.
After a day filled with events and visits to all the monuments and memorials built in their honor, veterans are pleased they didn't miss this trip.
I was dreading to come because I didn't know if I could walk it or not, but I'm glad I didn't miss it. It's outstanding. Outstanding service. Our guardians and stuff doing a real good job with us and everything. It's just an outstanding, I'd recommend it to anybody.
Tune in tomorrow as we wrap our coverage of the North Central West Virginia Honor Flight and welcome these heroes back home. For 12 News, I'm Joe Lint. Tonight, as we conclude our Honor Flight coverage from this past weekend, our Joe Lint takes a look at how veterans spent their last day on a trip they will surely never forget. Veterans board the bus one final time for a grand finale these heroes truly deserve. Before the era of cell phones and email, veterans used to get their mail the old-fashioned way, complete with handwritten letters, pictures, and artistic drawings. Service members relied on these mail calls to boost their morale and help stay connected with their loved ones who were thousands of miles away. For these veterans, these letters meant everything.
It made me feel appreciated, but this entire trip has just worn me thick.
An amazing surprise awaits these veterans, promising a perfect conclusion to an unforgettable weekend.
When we came down to Joyce Avenue and I saw those fire trucks and I saw people outside waving to us, horns honking, I tell you, I teared up again.
It was totally unexpected. I didn't expect that at all. And then all the family and friends were here too. How the hell did everybody know what was going on? I didn't. But it was the greatest weekend I've had in a long time.
As Americans, we may never be able to fully repay our veterans for the sacrifices they have made, but we can express our gratitude every chance we get.
I would say for my wife and I, the best weekend we've ever had together in 55 years of marriage. Now that's saying a lot. For all those veterans out there that have never done this, try it. It's unbelievable, the feelings, the emotions, and just the memories that come back.
Very nice, very unexpected. Never thought something like this would ever happen.
All of us at 12 News are deeply thankful to every veteran for their dedication and their sacrifices they have made. For 12 News, I'm Joe Lynn.